The Who's Tommy started last weekend, the preview shows. Press night last night, I'm pleased to say the stars of the show. Joe McElderry, who plays Tommy, and Antony Costa, cousin Kevin with me this afternoon. A great night last night. Rave reviews, Antony, after last night.
Yeah, we're really happy. I mean, I've been reading on social media today, like 5-star reviews from the stage and, you know, Northwest Theatre Group and stuff. So it's brilliant and it's so good. It's a confidence boost for all the cast, because we've been put through our paces for the past 4 weeks now, so we're just happy that it's up and running and we want people to come down and see it.
I believe it was a hard week last week under Paul Nicholas. He was here last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that with any show when you start it. But I think because of the intensity of this show, it's quite an exhausting show. There's a lot goes on in it, and it's quite a heavy storyline. So I think last week for us, we were taking all of it and going through it over and over again. I think by Saturday night, everyone was like, "Oh my God, this is full on." But it makes it all worth it when you see last night. There was about 2,000 people stood up on their feet, but without even being prompted to, just because they had such a lovely time, and it makes it all worth it, And for me personally, it was this kind of thing is way out of my comfort zone. So to see that last night and see the reviews this morning, I'm over the moon.
Directed by Paul Nicholas, as we say. He was here last night, so he must have been made up with that after putting you through all that hard work last week.
I think he's really pleased, Paul was great. We had a fantastic choreographer, Becky Howell. She was fabulous as well, and really everybody just pulled together and did the best job they could. And I think the cast are incredible. Everyone sounds incredible. It's just so nice to be part of such a great cast, isn't it?
And what's it like to be part of the show that's celebrating, 40 years of the film this year? Big anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people think that it's very hard to emulate a film musical. Well, musical film, I suppose, on stage. So we've put it our own spin. Paul Nicholas has put his own spin on it. He's put, a couple of different touches that are not a part of the film, and it gives it more, as Joe said, gives it more of a story. Because if you watch the film, it's very, very different to the stage show. So if you enjoyed the film, you're going to enjoy the stage show for sure, because you can really see what's going on. And because there's no talking, it's literally a rock opera. We've got the hardest job in terms of we've got to sell the audience what we're trying to do and what the story is, rather than...
Not a lot of script.
There's no script.
There's no script whatsoever. Apart from about 3 or 4 lines at the end, it's all music. But the music's so exciting. People were crying last night, and a few of my family members came and they were like, "I've seen it, the film before, and I enjoyed it," and they were like, "But the way it's portrayed on stage, it's quite emotional, because it's a very sad storyline in the first half, anyways, and leading up until the point where he smashes out of the mirror and comes out of the deaf and blind, that trance that he's in, it's very emotional. It's quite a sad story."
We know about Tommy and the character of Tommy. What about your character, Antony? Cousin Stephen?
Stephen, yeah. Oh, Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah, cousin Kevin. Sorry, mate.
Kevin.
It's a part that Paul Nicholas played in the film. So it's not really a massive part, but he's a bit of a bad guy. He sort of bullies Joe's character Tommy, because his character goes through such a traumatic time, and I think that Paul liked what I did and gave my part a little bit more to do in the show. So I'm really, really chuffed.
Have you appeared together before this?
No,
we've been friends for quite a couple of years, but this is the first time we've worked together. It's been really nice. And everyone gets on so well. That's half the battle sometimes, When you do a show with so many people in a cast, it's just so nice to be a part of a show where everyone gets on and genuinely wants to socialise outside of the show as well, which is lovely, because it means that, we're all away from home here. This is a new place for us in Blackpool, so it's nice. We've been spending a lot of time with each other after the show as well.
I mean, do you miss home when you're away?
I'm used to it now. I spend so much time away from home that I find it more weird if I'm there a lot. But I love going back. I love going back to Newcastle, and that is my base, so I spend a lot of time there.
Well, we'll come back, we'll chat a little bit more after the headlines in cricket at 3:30. Lancashire batting, of course, against Surrey. Latest on the way from Scott Reed. To take us to 3:30, this is Elton John on BBC Radio Lancashire this afternoon. The Who's Tommy currently on at the Opera House here in Blackpool through until the 26th of the month. With me, Joe McElderry, who plays Tommy, Antony Costa as cousin Kevin. Opening night last night, rave reviews from the press. That obviously gives you a buzz, doesn't it?
Of course. I mean, when you're rehearsing a show like this for 4 weeks in a little church hall in London, you just don't know what the reaction's going to be like. You don't know if there's going to be laughs, if there's going to be clapping, and as Joe said, the people are going to stand up, you know. And I think once you do something so many times, you can only get to that point where we just want an audience now. And from the day we opened on Saturday in the matinee and everyone stood up at the end, it's just been incredible. And we want people to come, enjoy themselves, but really get the gist of what's going on.
And from that little church hall in London where you've been rehearsing to a mammoth stage here.
It's literally like just opened up, like you think, oh my God, you know, because everyone was going, the stage is massive, make sure you use it. And we're like, yeah, we've all been on stage before. But literally we got here on Monday last week and it was just like, wow, it's incredible. And to look out with all them people standing up, amazing.
As you say, it's more of a rock concert, but some fabulous lighting, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the production's amazing, and I think that the set designer has done such an amazing job. He's really
Feels like a rock concert.
does, with the lights and the way the mirror smashes and stuff. But yeah, no, Joe's an interesting bit when Joe's in the mirror.
Hang on, I'll just stand up here. Just hold on. Joe, it's over to you now. This is your cue,
No, I
right?
think-
So tell me about the mirror.
I think the idea of the set and everything is that it's supposed to feel like that kind of stadium environment, because obviously in the second half he kind of becomes this like rock god, that like he has this whole like Jesus moment where everyone's like absolutely like fascinated and hangs on every word he says, and so it's quite the second half for me is quite a jump from the first half, because in the first half I kind of play the little Tommy. I have two kids that play me when I was a kid, and I'm kind of the mind, so I'm detached from all of the scenes really, and every time I come on everyone freezes, and then the second half it kind of all explodes and just goes crazy for me. So it's got that feel of like the sound. And I mean the music, you know, you've got Pinball Wizard, you've got I'm Free, all of those iconic songs. And it's just the drums in it. It's just like, Smash the Mirror's great. Tommy, Can You Hear Me? All of them are just fabulous.
I mean, has it been great fun learning the songs? Because obviously they are from, 40 years ago, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you weren't around 40 years ago.
No, I wasn't.
It's a hard sing. I mean, the musical, like the whole score of the music is, I mean, the cast are incredible. They have so much, like the ensemble have so much to sing throughout, to like keep the whole thing supported the whole way through. And the music is like, it's loud, it's in your face, and like it's exciting. It's really exciting. And I think, you go to a lot of musicals, and it kind of, sometimes they drop in places and it goes like thingy. This is from beginning to end, it goes absolutely full belt and it's in your face, which I think is what people have enjoyed so much, but it's still got that emotion through it that makes people like, it's sad, it's quite sad as well.
What happens after it finishes here then? Do you go back to
normality, back to the grind. Just gigging with the boys next month. And then in December I start Panto, like Joe is as well. So I love doing Panto. It's a good family entertainment show, and it's just nice. It's just great.
And Joe, you've got a busy time ahead. I know you're at the in Pendle at the Cone Muni, I think, on the 10th of October. The Evolution Tour continues.
It starts 4 days after this finishes, and we're doing about 30 dates leading up to November. So I'm looking forward to it. I did the first half in February to June. Had so much fun, decided to do a bit more, so I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
And then in the new year, you're off to St Helens, the Theatre Royal. You're playing Joseph.
I am. I'm donning the dream coat. But I'm excited. Doing this, I think, made us really excited about doing some other projects like Joseph and other things. So I'm looking forward to it. And in Joseph, I don't have to be as nasty, I suppose, or have so many horrible things done to us.
Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your day off in Blackpool. You're back to the Pleasure Beach now, I think.
I'm going to go back now, yeah. So if there's a cab company who want to take me, come over.
Excellent. Joe McElderry, Antony Costa joining us on the programme. We can't let you go without playing this from The Who on BBC Radio Lancashire. This is Pinball Wizard.